Welcome to Creating Company with me, Mel. We are continuing on the online International Forever Book Club of the book, The Creative Act, A Way of Being by Rick Rubin. Today we're going to go between pages 268 and 282. So if you're reading along with us, that is our section for today, about 15 pages. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm a coach for creatives. If you have a creative project that you're stalled on, procrastinating on, haven't touched in a while, and you want to get back to it, that's what I'm here for. So you can look at the Dropbox below this video and check out what is going on in my world. One thing that's going on, I'll let you know, is doors are open to the Creative Accountability Group. This one is called FLOWDUCTIVITY, which is flow plus productivity. It's a 2-month intensive course of sorts. It's a group where you show up live and you work on your creative project with my support and that of the group. Okay, the first mini chapter is called A Whisper Out of Time. The main learning I got from this mini chapter is to not judge a creative idea that seems small at first, or a whisper. It says that a 5-year-long creative process might have begun with a fleeting moment in a dream or a remark overheard in a parking lot. So it's saying, much like the seed mini chapter, to pay attention to that which might seem insignificant at first, but if it catches your attention, then size does not matter, volume does not equal value, he says. Most often, the hints of inspiration and direction from source are small. They appear as tiny signals traveling through the void of space, quiet and subtle, like a whisper. Like a whisper. And then he goes on to say that to hear whispers, the mind must also be quiet. Remember how earlier he said that to quiet the outside, you can hear the inside more, and when you quiet the inside, you can hear the outside more. In general, we need to attune those antennae he was talking about earlier. Here's something I put a sticky on. Boosting our receptivity may require a relaxing of effort. If we're trying to solve a problem, trying can get in the way. Splashing in a pond stirs up clouds of dirt in clear water. In relaxing the mind, we may have greater clarity to hear the whisper when it comes. So for any of you that feel like you've been stuck or paused, take that time if you don't have an idea yet, or if you don't want to act on any of your current ideas and you feel a little bit blah about your creative process, your creative projects, take advantage of that time to clear the waters. Maybe you do that literally. You go to a river, I tend to do that, to clean running water and let it clean your body and your energy. Or maybe a cold shower, a cold plunge. Maybe you go for a swim, maybe you jump in the ocean. That would be the literally. And then the metaphorically is meditate more, free write, go to a park, sit down, take your phone on, put your phone on airplane and just relax. Relax into the quietness that can help you hear the whispers. I know back in 2017, I had so many days where I was walking through a very empty neighborhood in the fog sometimes, and it was cold. I didn't even have my dog, which I have at the time, to go on walks with. It was just me and my walks, and they allowed for a lot of whispers to be heard. Listen to this. Sometimes the words seem to arise from the outside, and other times the inside. Whatever route the information arrives through, we allow it to come by grace, not effort. The whisper cannot be wrestled into existence, only welcomed with an open state of mind. So lean into it through, as he keeps saying throughout the book, surrender, trust, relaxation. Okay, next mini chapter is called Expect a Surprise. Now this one is about how sometimes some of the best techniques or the best decisions in your creative process, the best steps, can be a mistake, an accident, or unplanned. In time, we learn to count on the hand of the unknown. For some artists, being surprised is a rare experience, but it's possible to cultivate this gift through invitation. So again, we're not forcing anything, we're opening to it. One way is through letting go of control. Release all expectations about what the work will be. Release all expectations about what the work will be. I know a lot of us think that we are serving the work when we direct it exactly to an outcome we have in mind, and yet here he's inviting us to keep it a little more malleable, flexible. He says, if we choose surrender, the ideas that want to come through us will not be blocked. With your intention set and the destination unknown, you are free to surrender your conscious mind, dive into the raging stream of creative energy, and watch the unexpected appear again and again. As each small surprise leads to another, you'll soon find the biggest surprise. And this one got a sticky. I love what he says here. Listen closely. He says that the biggest surprise is you learn to trust yourself in the universe, with the universe, as a unique channel to higher wisdom. This intelligence is beyond our understanding. Through grace, it is accessible to all. Have any of you felt like you've tapped into this higher intelligence? I want to know. Comment below. Let us, the community, know. When have you received ideas that felt like they were either a whisper or a surprise, or as some of us say, a download? Maybe a miracle, maybe an aha moment. When did you get this kind of knowledge? Comment below, and I'll make sure to comment back because I have some of my own. Okay, the quote on the next page is, living in discovery is at all times preferable to living through assumptions. What does that mean to you? Living in discovery is at all times preferable to living through assumptions. A friend of mine today posted a video about how the quantum realm is a realm where you need to surrender to the unknown for you to have what they call a quantum leap or a big change in your life. So I do resonate with this concept of mystery, of setting an intention, like he says, and yet surrendering the when and the how. For example, this flower card deck that I am about to put out 300 copies of, it definitely had a longer when than I thought, and it had a different how. A different how because the box design changed a bit than what I thought it would be. The company I worked with ended up changing. Lots of things. So the essence, as we learned earlier, is still there. The when and the how, that changed. So a more loose grip. Okay, our last mini chapter is called Great Expectations. And he says that when we begin a new project, we often have a lot of anxiety. And sometimes it's a mix of wanting it to be really great, but then also worrying it will never be that great. And that's what he calls the tension of opposites. And he warns us that that weight of expectations can grow very heavy. I know a lot of us recovering perfectionists feel that. I can definitely relate to feeling like my expectations slow me down. He says, what if we can't pull it off this time? That's what we tell ourselves, he says. What helps to keep these worries at bay and move forward is, you've all heard this one, it's worth repeating. Thank you, Rick Rubin. Trust in the process. Trust in the process. Has anyone here ever planted a seed? You don't go dig it up the next day because you don't see it. You're trusting in that unseen natural process. This isn't a matter of blind belief in yourself, he says. It's a matter of experimental faith. What a cool combo there. You have faith and you're also in the action of, what do they call it? Trial and error, trial and learning, trial and progress. So after all, how can we offer the art what it needs without blind trust? We are required to believe in something that doesn't exist in order to allow it to come into being. And I find that that's what all of us artists do, and that's why I know we are bold, we are beautiful, we are brave creatives, because we are bringing something into being that we haven't seen in this physical realm yet. So there has to be trust. I'll read you a few more stickies. For the artist whose job is testing possibilities, success is as much ruling out a solution as finding one that works. Okay, so what he's saying here, and that was the end of a paragraph, was find all the ways it doesn't work. It's still, we've heard this, it's still giving you information, to what will work because you are discarding what didn't work for you. Each experiment is valuable in its own way if we learn something from it. So that's a nice balm for the hearts of you who have been at it for a while or feel like you keep failing at getting your creativity to where you want it to be or to its essence, etc. It's like, well, you haven't been wasting this time. You've been learning. So then he says, even if we can't comprehend its worth, we are still practicing our craft, moving ever so closely to mastery. And then he says, with the understanding that the process will get you where you're going, wherever that reveals itself to be, and the magical nature of the unfolding never ceases to take our breath away. The unfolding, remember how at the beginning of the book he talked about unfolding? Thank you, Rick Rubin, for all the connections, because I'm hearing and seeing you simmer and develop ideas that you planted earlier in the book. Well, that's that. Okay, here's one more quote because this is on one of those standalone pages. And it says, sometimes the mistakes are what makes a work great. Humanity breathes in mistakes. Can you breathe in mistakes? Can you know they're part of the process? Can you trust the process even if you don't know exactly where it's taking you? Can you keep experimenting? Can you keep showing up for your work? Keep showing up for your project? Can you trust yourself more? Can you quiet yourself to hear the whispers? Well, that was a very rich 3 mini chapters. I'll see you tomorrow. The rainbow is a rainbowing, like my shirt. You know I love my bright colors and flowers. Well, if you want to email me, createincompany@gmail.com. I love it to see when you are subscribing to this channel. It gets me so excited to know that more creatives are rising to the call of creating what their heart is whispering to them to create. I want to get to know you, so when you subscribe, I don't know who you are. Comment below who you are, what your art is, what your project is, anything you want to talk about, whatever you want to see more videos about, I'm here for you. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.